I have to ask, your last appearance in the WWE was in WrestleMania 12 and in a great match with Triple H. Can you tell us how it feels to be part of the WWE brand again?
Well, my last appearance was at WrestleMania 12. That's when I returned after almost a 3-year absence. Then I worked 2 or 3 months worth of house shows. My last appearance was closer to the first Raw program I did, which might have been right after that WrestleMania, but still the same. Well, in some way, through my licensing deals that I've done on my own as an entrepreneur in the action figures, the other video game companies, there's been an association with me and WWE to begin with. They have to sign off on, approve in some way that 2K can reach out to me and negotiate a deal so that I can use my intellectual property, which I own the rights to, put it in a game. So that's really, it's no different than the licensing that I've done on my own in the past. But if you're fishing for greater answers than that about a developing relationship between me and WWE, I don't have any answers for you.
Okay, well, no problem. We can definitely respect that. You've had such, I don't think the word amazing covers a career that you've had, and the impact you've had on not only the WWE, but the business in general. What would you say do you think would have been your greatest opponent that you faced in your career in the ring?
Well, I can only go with, who I worked with at the time. Randy was probably, I would put him at the top of the list because he had the same type of intense work ethic that I did and got very caught up in his character and gave everything to his character. And the promos that we did at the time, which were different than they're laid out and done today, and the way the business was entirely different. The energy that went into evolving your gear, your costume, that wasn't something that they had people there to do at the time. They didn't have writers at the time. The guys who became superstars back then became superstars in their own right by the skills and the talent, the charisma, the creativity that they had. There wasn't anybody to run to and run it by or say, I have an idea, but can you help me get this done? You were left to do it yourself. So I would say Randy. And as far as the characters today, I don't watch the television very much. Of course, I know the characters. The business is bigger than it's ever been. But I don't know. Undertaker, to use as an example, I was the first guy that worked with him. Remember, he put me in the casket and they had to get the jaws of life and open that casket up. And he's still in the business, and I know what kind of discipline I have. If things had worked out where I'd stayed in the business, I'd still be incredibly intense and self-disciplined and putting myself out there in the right way. Every time I've ever come back, I've always made sure to come back in that way to make an impression that people, they're not disappointed with. Of course, been a lot of years and a lot of things have taken place, so I have to make some adjustments in some regards, but I don't know. I don't know who I would have had a greater run with or anything like that, but I enjoyed my time there with Randy. And Rick Rude was great to work with. My match with Hogan, people ask me all the time, what's your greatest match that you remember means the most to you? The Hogan match. Even the Brooklyn Brawler, man, I worked a lot with him. He was great too.
Awesome. Now, after the history you've had with the WWE and WCW, what made you want to step back into the spotlight again through an amazing company like 2K and through this game, 2K14?
Well, a business decision, basically. I mean, it's an easy thing. I created it, I performed it, and together with the WWF at the time, it became something really spectacular and, established a bond with the fans of it at the time. As I've said earlier, if I had been asked 25 years ago that if the character was going to mean what it means to people today in the nostalgic way that it does, I would not have been able to answer. I'd probably said, no, I don't think so. But it has, and it's great, and people still enjoy it. It's still energetic. It's still comic book-like. And, people want to get pumped up. They want to be inspired. And the Ultimate Warrior character, for whatever he couldn't do, is, and taken a lot of heat about over the years, he did that. He got asses up out of the seats, man, and he got people energized. So it's fun, it's colorful, and exciting, over the top, and it still works. So the video games, they're popular today. People like to play them.